Now what the fuck happened? There we go. All right, let's see. I got 2 viewers. So that's what it looks like. Four viewers. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can hear me or anything, but just type to me in the chat. Six viewers. I don't know, guys. Can you guys hear me? It's kind of the first time I've ever done this, so. Sorry about being late. This whole thing's fucking confusing, man. You know how us old timers are. Trying to get with the swing of shit. All right, let's see here. If you guys can hear me, if I'm coming through all right, type to me. Type to me on the chat box. Shit, now I know what my buddy was going through when he was trying to do this shit. Let me see if I can pull up what you guys are seeing. There may be a problem here. I think there is. So we're going to find out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Let me try watching my own stream. See what I get. Probably need that. There we go. Now, why in the hell? Now that's crazy. I can see the chat when I watch the stream, but I can't see it in my own box. I don't know why. Oh man, technology is fucking confusing. Don't get old, guys. Stay young forever. All right, let's see what we got here. Just gonna have to guys do it this way. Man, I wish I could see the fucking chat in my own box. I don't get this shit. All right, so let's get on to some topics. Let's see what I see here. Okay. What's my poison? The poison of the evening, the hour at least, is Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock beer. It's cheap beer. Because us fucking greasers are poor. So we drink what the fuck we can get. Okay, let's see. What else do we got here? Okay, I knew that this shit was going to come up eventually. The whole fucking greaser YouTube, drama. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. You guys got to remember, greasers don't fucking deal in drama. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal in drama. And drama's for little girls, man. That's high school shit. Well, I don't know how many of you guys are younger in high school, but take it from a guy who's been there and done it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on it. See, when I was in high school, internet was still pretty, it was still pretty undeveloped. Like what we have today is nothing. I mean, this is like just way light years away from what we had back then. And I'll tell you guys, the drama for me in high school was not over the internet. It was gang related on the streets. It was beefs with cliques and gangs, and you had to worry about actual practical real shit that could happen to you. So don't worry about this YouTube drama. Just do what you do. How old am I? Good question. I am 27, be turning 28 within the next month. So that'll be fun, getting older. Good question about Grease. Okay, that's a good topic right there. The movie Grease, and does it accurately portray the greaser lifestyle? Yes and no. The thing about the movie Grease is it's a musical, first off. So it's all based on singing and dancing and playing around and having fun. It's entertainment. The look, the vibe, the cars, the girls. I mean, it's all proper. I mean, it looks right. The attitude is pretty spot on. But the movie Grease is almost, I don't know how you'd put it. It's almost a mockery in a way. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I liked Grease. I grew up watching it. John Travolta and fucking, what's his name? Played Kaneki. Can't remember right now. Jeff Conaway. Too bad he ended up dying. But, I mean, I think that Grease was a fun movie. It's definitely a must-see for anybody who's in the rockabilly greaser scene. Everybody I knew grew up watching it, so it's definitely, it's on the list. As a matter of fact, it's on the list of my 30 greaser movies and TV shows that I put up. Let's see what other questions we got. What got me into being a greaser? Good question. What got me into being a greaser when I was in high school. Now, ever since I was a kid, I was always wearing jackets and boots and shit like that. I always loved leather jackets and boots. But when I was in high school, let's see, I was ninth grade, just a freshman, scrub, and I just one day I saw these guys walking past me. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and they would soon go on to be friends of mine, and some of them enemies later on, but that's neither here nor there. And you know, they're they got leather jackets on, they've got boots and jeans and, you know, dicky jackets, and they're carrying folders, and their hair is greased up, and it just looks so fucking cool. And I was like, man, this looks like the shit that I've seen on TV growing up. Like, this reminds me of movies that I've seen. This is pretty fucking cool. Like, it captured me. I was like, man, this is different than all the shit that, you know, that's going on here. I mean, you got to figure, guys were wearing fucking baggy dicky pants and long pro club shirts, and it was all, you know, gangster shit. So to me, that was cool. It was different. It was rebellious. There wasn't a lot of them, but there was a good number of them though, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I got to work learning about it, mimicking what I saw. And, you know, we all start out, I guess, poserish when we start out, but then you learn and you go through the trials and errors of it. So that's what got me into it. I saw it in high school. I thought it was cool and wanted to be a part of it. What are my feelings about Outlaw leaving the greaser community? I think it sucks, man. I really do. I saw the video last night. It sucks. And the thing is, it's like, I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I can't tell you why or give you really any serious opinion on it. The only thing I can tell you is if he chooses to come back, I hope he chooses to come back for the right reasons and to get back to the basics of why he started it in the first place, whatever those may be. I'm just assuming that he started those videos to share his opinions and viewpoints and his style and the way he does it and why he does it, you know, about the, you know, being a greaser and the whole rockabilly thing. So I would hope he gets back to the core of that and keeps plugging away. I like his videos. So yeah, Outlaw, if you hear me, come on back. Don't deal with the drama. That's not the rebel way. All right, let's see. I will be doing a review on Lucky Strikes eventually. That's my favorite fucking unfiltered cigarette. Do I miss Outlaw? Yeah, sure, of course. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of videos on here in the greaser community. I'm just usually busy working and doing my thing, working on my art and doing my videos. So I don't really get a chance to check everything out, but I try to, you know, make time for that when I can. Let's see. What do I think about the movie Outsiders? Love it. Absolutely love it. The Outsiders was a great book and a great movie. I read the book first and then, you know, and then I watched the movie. My English teacher for 9th and 11th grade grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma during the time that S.E. Hinton wrote The Outsiders. He was there, he lived there, and he can attest that it was a very real thing, that there were the greasers, there were socias, there were rumbles, it was the poor versus the rich. And I'd actually like to, he's in the music industry now. I would like to maybe get some kind of an interview with him and talk to him about what it was like living in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the mid-60s and how it was, because he's got a lot of great information. So be looking for that. I'll see if I can set it up, and if so, let's fucking do it. Best paint to use on a leather jacket. Can't tell you the best paint. I can tell you what I use. I use acrylic. I use acrylic. Typically the best thing, what we used to do back in the day is we used to use paint markers. Used to use colored paint markers. I always chose for white because it looks good on black. You go to your, CVS or Walgreens or a Walmart or wherever, art supply store, you guys can find paint markers, and that's what I would use because I think you can get better control, and it's a constant stream of paint versus having to keep dipping and painting, dipping and painting. Go with the paint markers. Those always work really well. But acrylic paint is what I use, and you can always find a sealer. If you have harsh weather conditions, you can seal it, with like a spray sealer, and it should be okay. No, the smoking, I didn't take it up because I was a greaser. I just happened to do it. It was just something that I happened to fall into, and other friends were doing it. I did it, and fucking got it going. Like the username, by the way, Ponyboy Curtis. Where's Soda Pop and Dairy? Man, I remember back in the day, people used to call me Ponyboy. I kind of was like Ponyboy. The sad thing is this. When I was in high school, I was very much like Ponyboy, and I kind of turned out to be like Dally when I grew up. Except I don't rob liquor stores and put guns in people's faces. But, as you get older, you harden up. Boom. That was weak. I need some more beer. That's funny. Your friend's username is Dally. Dallas Winston. Do I think smoking is important to being a greaser? No, not at all, man. Being a greaser is about being a rebel, man. It's about an attitude. It's about a lifestyle. It's the way you live. It's the way you think, the way you feel. You guys got to understand, greasers are the original American rebels, man. We are the original American rebels. The ones that were anti-establishment, the ones that wanted to do it differently, the ones that wanted to push the agenda, liked rock and roll, fast cars, fast women, good times, cheap thrills. I mean, drinking and smoking just kind of goes with it, but it's not an important factor. I mean, if you're a straight edge kind of person, you don't dig it, fuck it, you don't dig it. Be true to yourself, That's what being a rebel is about, being yourself and not being sorry for it. Always remember that. Stand By Me was a good movie. I liked it. Take it as a compliment. What non-greaser music am I into? Lots. I like all kind of music, man. I can tell you my music interests go from fucking the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, into the 70s, the 80s, even some of the 90s, even some current stuff. I like all kinds of stuff. I like metal. I like punk rock, a lot of punk rock. I had a lot of punk rock influence, a lot of 80s, hair metal and shit like that. 80s pop, rockabilly, rock and roll, acid rock. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff. Oh, the old school classic rock is really cool. I dig it. I have a very wide variety of music. I just don't really like new country. I like old country, but I don't like any of the new shit. I don't like shit about, it's always just moaning about what they don't have or what they lost or what they miss, and having a barbecue stain on your white t-shirt. Nobody fucking cares. It's hick shit, man. That's not rock and roll. That doesn't work for me. What cigarette am I smoking now? I'm smoking giant menthols. They're cheap as fuck. That's why I smoke them. And, I like the taste. I'll have to keep that in mind. Let's see. Mischief with Kelly Preston. And she's nude. I dig it. I can dig that. So send me the name. Not really. I don't think religion or political beliefs matter about being a greaser. Here's the thing, man. That's not what greasers are about. It really doesn't play a factor. That's personal belief. That's what you think and feel inside, and if they have their opinions or beliefs on Trump, God, Satan, whatever the hell, that's their business, I don't think it really has any place in the greaser lifestyle. Greasers they're radical. They're anti-authority, basically. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some sort of authority, some kind of bounds that we live by, but, pretty much greasers are, they don't like the man getting in their business, really. They like to just keep to themselves, party, have a good time. Being a greaser, man, is about hanging out with your buds, doing what you do and not being sorry for it. That's what being a greaser is about. It's about just getting together, cutting up, having fun, listening to the music you like to listen to, the old school music, and, just doing it like they did back in the 1950s or the late fucking 1940s even. When it comes to the new greasers, many of them kind of stick to the new school rockabilly and psychobilly bands. I mean, even in my era, a lot of us listen to the new rockabilly, psychobilly bands. So I mean, we listen to stuff like Stray Cats. We listen to Madsen, Necromantics, Los Gatos Locos. Fuck, what else? Tiger Army was pretty much dead by that point. Barnyard Ballers, Demented Argo, fucking Reverend Horton Heat, fucking, what else? Blazing Haley, Social Distortion. But I specifically myself, I'm speaking for myself, loved all the old school stuff. All the Gene Vincent, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, even like the doo-wop stuff with like Dion and the Belmonts and the Chanters and, stuff like that. We listen to, most of the new guys, the new cats listen to a lot of the new stuff. But I think in order to be a greaser, you have to know your roots. You have to appreciate your roots and grow up with them and like them and listening to them. And it's part of the thing. It's part of being a greaser, Do I know the band Ghost? I do not. I don't really like anything pop for the most part. Do I like rap? Yeah, sure, man. I grew up in North Long Beach, man. And that's like right over the border of Compton, it's seriously right over the border. So I grew up in the early 90s, and the whole
NWA gangster rap thing was really big. So that was part of what I grew up around and what I saw and heard. And yeah, I do listen to it from time to time. No problem with it. I didn't smoke when I was a greaser in high school. I didn't start smoking until probably right after high school. It just wasn't a thing I was interested in at the time. Can I do a review on the crybaby hairstyle? Yeah, sure. I'll give you a quick one right now. It's cool. I like it. It's kind of similar to what I'm sporting right now. No, I do not, Andrew. Man, I'm fucking loving this, guys. You guys have some really good questions here. Really, really fucking solid questions, I'm digging it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, you guys are probably going to notice, yes, I'm kind of a chain smoker. I like to smoke a lot of cigarettes. But I'm not telling anybody to do that. That's just what I do. Because that's what being a rebel and a greaser is about, man. Doing what the fuck you do and not being sorry for it. Shit happens, Action's getting a little stiff. I know exactly where Downey is. Been there. California, West Coast has always had a huge greaser scene. I've never really been into, I guess you could say, the lesser known brands of cars. I've always liked Fords and Chevys and Dodges and Mercury, Cadillac. When it comes to the old school cars, I love like the 32, 34, Model T Fords or Model A Fords, the coupes and shit. I like, one of my favorites is 49 Mercury. I love them. Love those old school bombs. I like pretty much all Chevys and Fords from the 30s, 40s, 50s, even the 60s. Not real picky. I have never been to Oregon, Alley-Cat. Favorite 50s car? When I was in high school, that would probably have been the 1950 Chevy Bel Air. Probably now, I'm not so much for the big fins anymore. It's cool, but I don't know. It's just kind of like more of the straight body look, maybe from like the 54, 55 era. If we're talking specifically 50s cars. Motorhead, yes, of course. Matter of fact, they did Ace of Spades. They were like the first to fucking do Ace of Spades, which the band Three Bad Jacks covers. Three Bad Jacks version of Ace of Spades is fucking badass. I love it. Much do I smoke per day? Depends. I've been to the point of upwards of 2.5 packs a day, but I think right now I'm like 1.5. I try not to overdo. I try to moderate. You got to keep a balance in life, guys. Okay. So I'm guessing the east side is kind of a little bit more the rougher, poor area where all the greasers come from. Very nice, Andrew. 54 Mercury. Beautiful. Oh, gotta love Wolfman Jack. Gotta love Wolfman Jack. I mean, he was featured in American Graffiti and 1 and 2 more American Graffiti. Dude, Wolfman Jack's a fucking legend on the West Coast. Hey, you got the Wolfman Jack. You know, you gotta love Wolfman Jack. Very nice, 53 Bel Air. Beautiful. Old school greaser, just me. Yeah, we've talked in the comments. Love it. That's a good one. Wolfman Jack. Wolfman Jack was kind of like your first, like, you know how you have these like podcasts and fucking shows, you know, and like, you know, for instance, you have like, you know, Andy and fucking Opie, I think, and then you have, what's the other one? Howard Stern, and how they do the prank calls and they fuck with people and have fun. Wolfman Jack was like your original troll on the radio waves. A lot of fun. Do I know how to convert people? Because there's no greaser scene in Florida. At least there's not much of one. Not really, man. I can't tell you how to convert anybody. I mean, it's either they do or they don't. It's either do or don't. You like it, you're not, or you don't like it. You want to do it or you don't want to do it. I don't try to convert anybody. I just do what I do. If people want to do it too, fucking A. If they don't, fuck off. I don't care. You know what I mean? I just do what I do. And I think that's kind of the most important thing about being a greaser is you just do what you do. Have fun with it. If there's not a big scene, there's not a big scene for it, you know? Go to places, check out shows where you can find it. My favorite greaser flick, I cannot narrow it down to one specific greaser flick. Recently, I don't remember who it was in the comment section, so if you're here or you're not, I mean, don't be offended. I don't remember the exact username, but I did watch Road Racers. I really liked Road Racers. That was a lot of fun. That was a cool movie. I definitely liked Road Racers. That's probably like the newest of the greaser flicks that I had not seen that was mentioned to me, so I watched it. But I mean, I grew up with your standard, you know, I guess if I were to give you like a list of ones I really like, I mean, Grease is cool. I like The Outsiders. I like Rebel Without a Cause. I like The Wild One, since I was kind of like the first to really kick it off in 1953. Crybaby was a lot of fun. The Wanderers. Maybe if one of my favorites, probably my top, at least my top three would be in there, would be Deuces Wild. If you guys have not seen Deuces Wild, came out I think in 2002. Stephen Dorff, Brad Renfro. We had Louis Lombardi in it, Johnny Knoxville, Fairuza Balk, Drea D'Amato. Great movie. Check that shit out. Deuces Wild. Very good depiction of the New York, Brooklyn street gangs in the 1950s. Good movie. Check it out, guys. A lot of big, heavy hitter actors. And I'm not talking about famous actors and actresses. I'm talking about actors and actresses who are really about their craft of acting, that do a lot of Broadway plays, that are really hardcore, like serious actors. Check that shit out. Well, Alley Cat, if you're the only greaser in Oregon, fucking A, man. You're doing shit that other people ain't doing. Keep it up. Be rebellious. My buddy had an 84 El Camino. El Caminos are great. The King's Highway. The one thing I liked about Road Racers when it comes to music is I love that they had Link Ray in there. They had a real heavy emphasis on the whole Link Ray underground, because it was still pretty hardcore and underground for its time. Link Ray was definitely ahead of his time. I love that they had the Link Ray thing in there. And then they had the scene where dude accidentally busts his speakers. He fucks his or his amp up, and it's got that gritty sound, and that's how Link Ray was able to get that gritty sound. Basically, he was the very first to use distortion with a guitar. So that's kind of, it's cool they show that in there. I have smoked American Spirits before. I don't really particularly like the American Spirit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into them. I've smoked them in the past. I think they're a great cigarette for if you're going to quit because it doesn't have a lot of the additives in it. But I'm going to be looking around probably real soon and start rolling because, I mean, it is cheaper. So it's definitely a smart way to go. Do I think Grease portrayed the style in a good way or a bad way? It's kind of like earlier when I talked about it. It's a musical. So, I mean, it's not to really be taken too seriously. It's supposed to be fun and entertaining. I think the style-wise, yeah, it does. The clothes, the cars, the girls, you know, the hair. I mean, it's pretty spot on. But it's not the only thing. I mean, it is a musical, so there's a lot of dancing and singing, and it's all good, you know. Link Ray kind of is the godfather of everything that came to be that we have now. I mean, a lot of punk rock artists listened and grew up with Link Ray. So, I mean, there's a serious connection to all of the alternative underground music with, you know, the rockabilly greaser thing. I mean, the greasers, you know, the rockabilly greaser scene in the 50s was the original rebel. And then, of course, you had like punk rock and you had your metal, you know, the metal bands, and, you know, metalheads. We call them metalheads in high school, anyone that was really into metal. You had your grunge people, which we didn't see a whole lot of grunge people in high school. I mean, it wasn't really prominent. Did I give teachers a hard time in school? Yeah, I did. Only teachers I didn't like. I did. I had attitude when I was in high school. I was a class clown. I'm guessing that's a big shocker to everybody, right? Yeah, I do, Andrew. I have quite a few different knives. As a matter of fact, I got one sitting right here. Butterfly knife. Had a switchblade. It was more of a new school switchblade, but it busted, and I can't fix it. So, you know, I just kind of dumped it. Got one sitting with me right here. This is actually my original knife I used to carry even in high school, because in California there's laws about what you can and can't carry. So this is a very legal knife in California. It's about the width of the hand, which is cool. The blade's not too long. It's not spring assisted, but you know your laws and what you can and can't carry, guys. I would like to get a old school traditional stiletto. I'm looking to get something like that next. Do I see myself quitting smoking in the future? Yeah, possibly. If I develop any health complications from it and they're like, hey, you need to quit smoking and cut the shit, then I probably will. I don't think smoking is something to do forever. To me, it's not a real big deal. What do I think about Hooligan 55? No opinion. Don't know him. I think he's commented on a couple of my videos in the past. He's always cool with me, so I'm not gonna beef him. I mean, I know you guys got your greaser community drama. I'm not getting in the middle of it. It's not my thing. Well, Andrew, depending on where you live, I think you said you live in Oregon. Basically, knives, it depends on the laws, guys. It depends on the laws. You got to know what the laws are for your state. But fuck, carry what you want. Again, guys, be greasers. Do what you do. Be rebellious. Have fun. There's nothing like a good switch. There's nothing like a good switchblade. Click. Oh, sorry, Andrew. Downey. I was mixing you up with someone else. Sorry about that. Blame it on the Rolling Rock. But yeah, since you're in Downey, switchblades, butterfly knives, fixed blade knives, and excessive blades are not not permitted, but you know, you can have fun with them. But there you go, Alley Cat. Switchblades are legal in Oregon. Okay, you're the one in Oregon. I knew it was with an A. Don't get old, guys. Brain cells go. That's how I do it. Fuck yeah, man. You gotta love eBay. Fucking A. Mine was a spring assisted. It wasn't the one with the button or the little slide button. Mine was just one where you flick the very end of it and it goes, just clicks right open. It's the one I had. It's really cool. Loved it. Can I put on one of my leather jackets? Of course. Why the fuck not? I guess I'll take off the old school bowling shirt and I'll put on a leather jacket. I'll put on my scorpion jacket since it's probably one of the coolest of them all. And I did alterations to this jacket since I made the jackets video. I actually put studs on it. So you guys can see, got my scorpion. I've got studs on the back. I've got my Joker, which is the actual tattoo that I have on this arm. It's a complete replica of the tattoo. Got my nickname on it. Got studs on the collar. All right. Do I use Instagram? No, I do not. Well, fucking A, Hunter. Get yourself a concealed weapons permit and get yourself a switchblade, man. Click. They don't take no shit off nobody. Oh, these aren't button fly. These aren't buttons. These are just regular zipper. Whatever I can find for a kind of a cheap price, you know, I just go with. I painted the scorpion on my jacket. That's how I got it on there. I painted it. Because I am an artist, so that's what I do. That's a good price. 20 bucks. Not bad. See, here's the thing. I had this brought up to me by somebody about brands. I'm not a brands guy. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to sit there and tell you, oh, you have to have this brand. Because when I was in high school growing up, I mean, for somebody to get a pair of 501s was a big fucking deal. It was like, oh, shit, you got 501s? Because we were poor, man. We all grew up in a ghetto. You know, I lived on the north side, but I went to high school on the west side. West side and north side, that's ghetto. Bad neighborhoods, hardcore shit. Not a lot of money there. So you get what you can. We lived the life of street hoodlums, street greasers. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money to spend on shit. Back in those days, you couldn't go to stores and buy a lot of the stuff you can buy now. You had to go to fucking thrift shops, you know, fucking Goodwill, Salvation Army. I used to go to a store called Purple Heart. You know, you bought stuff and they would alter it and fuck with it and paint your own shit. It was all do it yourself back then. Now you can buy the stuff already pre-made. But for us, you know, we just got whatever we could fucking get. For someone to have a pair of 501s and a Pendleton flannel shirt was a big fucking deal because that shit was expensive. First place I would look to buy a leather jacket that's not super expensive, thrift stores. Thrift shops, you know, have maybe, I don't know, well, we have inflation now. At least maybe carry 40, 50 bucks on you, something like that. Go into a thrift store, see what you can find, man. And go, you know, get a list of them. I mean, since the internet has, you know, Google has all this shit now where you can look up maps and it'll tell you what every fucking store is and where it's located. And you can get like fucking 10 stores in a 5-mile radius and all that kind of shit. Get a list, start going, start checking places out. And then, you know, you can shop online, you can go to leather shops. I mean, it just depends. You got to search around. You just got to kind of do your homework. That'd be my best advice on jackets. Like that one over there, the devil jacket. I got that for 15 bucks at Purple Heart when I was in high school. How you doing, Richard Guzman? Thanks for coming in. Somebody's fucked up. Poor bastard. Yep, I have a denim jacket as well. I actually had, over my time, I've had about, let's see, I had 3 denim jackets and 2 denim vests. I don't have the vests anymore. I got rid of them. I only have 1 jacket left. There's, you guys have probably seen that, watched my my jacket video. You guys have seen that one. Well, thank you, Richard. Are you a greaser rockabilly guy yourself? Are you in the scene? Or are you looking to get into the scene? Or what's going on with that? Fucking A. Fucking A, Alley Cat. It's the way to go. See? Got to look for the deals. Remember, greasers are kind of poor. At least they're supposed to be. Or if you're not, that's fine too. It don't matter. But you got to look for the deals. Don't let nobody fucking rip you off. Don't take no shit off nobody. You know, that's interesting you said that, just me. Because in the 70s, you figure that was when like the rockabilly greaser revival kind of came back. It started becoming a thing again. And I mean, I'm sure it wasn't popular. It was underground, just like it was underground in my time when I was coming up in the early to mid 2000s through high school. We had our own girls. I mean, the other girls that were, you know, into other scenes or whatever, like punk. Here's the thing. When I was in high school, I kind of brought a lot of the tensions and beef to a rest, because there was like beef between punks and greasers and punks and metalheads. It was like all this beef. And I started my own spot after I left the guys that I originally hung out with. And I said, you know, everybody's welcome to this spot. If you're fucking cool, if you're not about being a fucking prick, you can hang here. So we had metalheads, punks. We didn't really have emos. The emos were kind of the ones that nobody liked, but whatever. We basically we had all the subcultures represented. So, you know, greasers were dating punk girls, and we had greaser girls. We had the rockabilly girls, and they had the hair, the pinup girls. Fuck. Kind of had our own girls, so we kind of stuck to our own shit. We're all, I guess you could call, outsiders. We didn't fit in with the norm, so we didn't try. We didn't give a fuck. When it comes to boots and footwear, what do I recommend? Engineer boots, man, all the fucking way. You can wear lace-up work boots. The main boots that I saw was Doc Martens and engineer boots. Those were pretty much the gold standard of boots. A lot of punks wear Doc Martens, greasers wear Doc Martens, psychobillies wear Doc Martens. But for me, it was always engineered boots. When it comes to greaser footwear, you can go, if you're going for the fancy look, you go for wingtips, two-tone shoes, you know, the old two-tone shoes, creepers. For sneakers, you know, you go with the you know, the Chuck Taylors or fucking Keds or PF Flyers. Those Keds and PF Flyers are actually pretty expensive now because they're very retro. But for us, it was just Chuck Taylors because that's what we had available to us and they were cheap enough, so we'd get them. And then boots, you know. I started with lace-up work boots because I didn't have engineer boots, but I like engineer boots. That's my thing. Harness boots also. You guys don't know, I don't know if you guys know the difference between harness boots and engineer boots, but engineer boots like mine have the buckle, you know, the flap and the buckle. Harness boots have the flaps, but in the center where the buckle should be, there's a ring. There's a ring in the center. Harness boots. Those are also very, very much a part of it. So harness boots, engineer boots, lace-ups like Doc Martens, if you can get them. Again, not really big on brands, so you kind of get what you can as you're starting out and doing your thing, and over time you build your wardrobe. Vans, yeah. As a matter of fact, I had a pair of old school blue canvas with white rubber sole Vans. Very traditional, very old school. I had a pair when I was in high school. I don't think I have them anymore. Yes, they do come in steel toe. They come in steel toe and regular toe. Mine are steel toe. So you guys can see there's like almost a wear mark where the steel toe is on my boots. And by the way, these are the same boots I wore in high school. These are my very first pair of engineer boots. That's why the soles are worn down. So I need to take them to a fucking cobbler and get them redone. I started being a greaser when I was in high school, my freshman year. I also covered that question earlier, but I don't think you were here for it. So I started being a greaser in high school. I was just kind of a lonely, drifting freshman, didn't know shit. I was a scrub. And I saw, you know, the greasers. I thought it was fucking cool. Ever since I was a kid, I wore like leather and boots. Always liked it. Grew up watching a lot of old movies, old TV shows. So I was like, man, this is what I need to get into. I need to be that. You know, I just knew right there. Did I pick on nerds in high school? Not really. I mean, yes and no. I was a class clown, so I kind of picked on anybody and had fun with it. Us greasers, we didn't go out of our way to pick on anybody. We just kind of stayed to ourselves, did our own thing, but we laughed and I guess we talked shit, had fun. You know, we were just young and stupid, having fun. So I mean, I'm sure some nerds got picked on at some point or another. Just wearing a regular necklace. It's an astrology necklace. Oh, let me show you guys something. I just picked these up today. For cold mornings or cold weather, you don't like fucking frozen hands. You guys need leather. Leather gloves, man. That's something I've not covered in any video, by the way, is I do, in fact, wear leather gloves. I just got these today. I had some other ones that were a little bit bigger. I like these ones a little bit tighter. And it's cool because it hides my ring. They don't fucking see it. So if somebody starts something, just fucking bam. Boom. They don't fucking see it coming. Oh, okay. You're 8th grader. Gotcha. Yeah, man. Fucking, if you're into the greaser style and you just started, fucking just do your thing, man. Keep watching the videos. I'll give you guys good advice. I'm not here to steer anybody, you know, the wrong direction. I want to give you guys solid fucking advice on how I did it, how I grew up, why, and the whole thing. So Milwaukee leather, I have not. But yeah, man, get yourself another fucking scooter and get a good jacket. Pick some girls up, man. Have yourself some fucking drinks. Have yourself some whiskey or some beer. Put a fucking cigarette behind your ear. Grease your hair. Go pick some girls up, man. Nothing wrong with that. Do I smoke in my leather gloves? Yeah, when I'm out and about, you know, and it's cold, I'll put my gloves on and I'll smoke. Do I ride? No, unfortunately, I do not. Would like to. If I do, I guarantee it's probably going to be an old fucking Triumph or BSA motorcycle. Okay, right on, Hunter. See, that's the cool thing. I noticed we got a lot of young greasers in here. We have some old school, more, you know, original era. We've got even to the young, which is cool. And that's kind of what I was hoping for, kind of a mixed crowd, mixed questions, and talk about the intricacies of the fucking style, what it's all about. Good alley cat, man. Keep it going, dude. You like it, it's your thing. Don't let anybody fucking shame you for doing what you want to do. Greasers do what the fuck they do. Um, 50s Volkswagens, I mean, you can if you like. I mean, Volkswagens are okay. They're cool. Bugs are cool. But it's not, I guess, what you would call a traditional greaser ride. But I mean, again, if you know you're a greaser, you're a rebel, do what the fuck you do, man. You don't fucking take no shit off nobody. Just do what you do. Have fun with it. This lighter, my Sailor Jerry lighter. How did I get it? A good friend of mine gave it to me for one of my birthdays. And it became my favorite lighter very quickly. What do I smoke? What am I smoking right now? Smoking Cheyenne menthols. They're little cigarettes. Mainly, they're more like cigarettes. I smoke them because they're fucking cheap. Because the fucking prices just keep getting fucking higher and higher and higher. It's like, man, I'm tired of that fucking syntax already. The reason it's got a tough looking flame is because I've altered the lighter to do such things. Here's a little secret for you guys. Any guys that want a bigger flame on your zip ball, you pull your wick up. Notice how the wick is a little bit higher? It gets a nice high dancing flame. And make sure you fill that motherfucker good. Yeah, fucking A, man. With the Beatles, just fucking, yeah, why the fuck not? Chop it, lower it, take off all the bullshit, and fucking hot rod the fuck out. I mean, who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna fucking shit on your. Well, actually, no. There's always some asshole out there that's gonna shit. That's fucking stupid, man. When the fuck you have that? fuck it. Who gives a shit, man? I do like the menthol flavor. I started with fucking Marlboro Reds back in the day. I like the menthols. It keeps me clear, especially when I'm sick. Nothing like being sick and being congested and trying to smoke a regular cigarette. Oh, stick with the menthol, especially then. I like the menthols. Yes. Okay. PBR. As you guys know that watch my videos, a lot of times I have PBR. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Standard working class, blue collar, greaser style beer. It's an old fucking beer. PBR over the years had dwindled, and it was actually pretty cheap to get. And then you had a bunch of fucking hipster assholes that came in, and they started drinking it because it's ironic. Oh, look at us. We're drinking low-class working beer. It's so fucking ironic. It's like, man, makes you just want to jam a steel toe right up their fucking asses. Fuck them. See, we didn't have hipsters when we were in high school, but if we did, we'd probably be kicking the shit out of them. Fuck that. And then, of course, because they started making it ironic to drink and kind of brought the whole thing back, now it's why it's fucking more expensive. That's why it's on par with some of your, your fucking, Coors and fucking Bud. I don't drink the light shit, by the way, just to let you guys know. Yes, it is. You want to know something funny about that, Richard? Growing up in Long Beach, especially in the winter, it'd be fucking cold in the morning. I mean, there was no snow, but there would be fucking frost on the grass. So you put your leather on, you put a hat on, whatever, put your gloves on, the whole thing. By the time 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock came around, 12 p.m., 1 p.m., you got to take that shit off because it's too fucking hot. You got to carry that shit with you. It sucks. Fuck, I hate what these motherfuckers are known to go out, by the way. And when they do, it tastes like shit. When it comes to Marlboro Reds, get the 100s so they don't burn out so quick. Depends, man. How much would it cost to turn a 1929 Ford Roadster into a hot rod? Depends on the level of restoration you want to do to it. You get it running good, and you just kind of fucking, sand it down, try to fucking fix any rust spots you got, any holes, fucking spray paint it black, red steelies. It shouldn't cost you all that much. You're kind of rat rotted out, the old school way. You lost your locker in your school. How did you lose your locker? Please elaborate. I'm not sure what that means. A little bit better. Now we're starting to pick up some fucking traction on the burp. I think it's a great project, man. Fucking do it. Fucking do it, man. Do what you do. Have fun with it. Fucking hot rod that motherfucker out and get it going. I probably should, Richard. That's a good idea. He ripped the filter off. See, that's the thing I don't understand about unfiltered cigarettes. They're more expensive than filtered cigarettes. First off, with an unfiltered cigarette, there's less tobacco, and there's no fucking filter, so they should be cheaper to produce. But they're more expensive, go figure. It's all horse shit, guys. Rocker chick. Oh, we got a girl. We got a girl. We got one of the kittens here. Why do they compare you to hipsters? Okay, Gunner, because you never used it. Fuck, man. I'd use it. I'd put a little fucking mirror up in there. Maybe have some speakers to plug in. Well, back in our day, it was fucking CD players. I mean, the first MP3 player that ever came out, you could put 500 songs on it. We're like, whoa, man, it's fucking cool. Now you guys have fucking thousands on your phone. So put some little speakers in there, plug your phones, have a fucking little mirror in there, have some pinups and shit like that. Comb your hair, do your shit, have fun. Well, what would you consider yourself, rocker chick? Yeah, it is. Give me 1 second, guys. Gotta go fucking use the head. You drink, you gotta piss. Gotta break the seal. Give me 1 minute, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, let's see where we are here. Cheap smokes, 33 bucks. Nice. That ain't too bad. That's actually pretty damn good. I love 1955 Chevys. Fucking great. Using the head is always classy. Got to keep it classy. While I was on my safari, I picked up a couple of my greaser artifacts. Fighting, huh? Somebody was being a sexist asshole. What are you into? Like, what's your style? What's your thing? If you don't mind my asking. Okay, goth punk rock. Let me tell you something, Rocker Chick. I don't know how long you've been in the conversation to hear it. When I was in high school, I was kind of one of the first to bring a lot of the alternative underground styles as one. So we had a lot of, you know, punk chicks and metalheads and we even had skaters and shit too, and greasers and pinup, you know, rockabilly girls. So we kind of had everything. It's all good. Do I dip? No, I have in the past though. Especially when you're working outside, you're doing shit, you don't have time to smoke, dip. And I used to dip, was it Longman? No, Redmond long cut. Yeah. How old are you, Rocker Chick, if you don't mind my asking? Do I smoke the devil's lettuce? No, I do not. I don't smoke the sticky, icky. Not my scene. That's probably not a good question to ask me what I think about that. SJWs. Dude, when I was growing up, there was no such fucking thing. We were fucking wild and out of our fucking minds. The current generation would not have survived in our generation because the attitude was we say what we want, we do what the fuck we want. If you don't like it, we'll beat your ass and don't give a fuck. That's how it was. So I come from an earlier generation where, and the funny thing is the left actually spawned us. They, you know, we were the actual, we were like the spawn of the leftist idea, the whole, you know, liberal, do what you want, say what you want. But the only thing is they didn't expect that it would turn against them. So I don't really pay attention to the SJW thing. It's not my thing. I don't really give a fuck. Okay, Rocker Chick. We got another youngster. All good. That's what it's all about. If I can impart some knowledge about the style and what's going on with it to anyone that's younger, so fucking be it. It's all good. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did, Richard. I've seen some of his videos. Tom, I believe he's from the UK. The UK has a huge scene for the rockabilly greaser thing, rockabilly, psychobilly, you know, the whole underground alternative greaser lifestyle. It's real big over there. His videos were fine, no problem. Like I said, I don't get into the whole, you know, like, oh, do you think this guy's doing it right? Or everybody has their own way of doing it. Depends on where you come from. Who did I vote for? Nobody. I don't give a fuck. I told you, rebels and greasers don't get caught up in drama and fucking politics and bullshit. I mean, we don't care. Being a rebel, being a greaser is about doing what the fuck you do. Going out, partying, having fun with your friends, you know, cutting up, acting wild, just doing what you do, man. We don't give a fuck about all that shit. We're anti-establishment anyway. We don't fucking care. So I didn't vote for nobody because I don't give a shit. How old am I? 27, going on 28 next month. I honestly didn't know, Rocker Chick. I didn't know how old you were, so that's why I asked. Let me put it to you guys this way. Politics and religion are cancers of society. They separate and divide everybody. And I don't see there shouldn't be a reason for it. People are people. We all bleed. We all fucking love. We all hate. We're animals. We are animals. You know, there's no differences. I mean, maybe the outer appearance might be different, but other than that, we're not different. It's how we, I guess, we divide ourselves. So that's why I don't get caught up in politics and religion. I don't really care. You know, good people are good people. Assholes are assholes. Simple as that. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm fucking getting in the groove. Tony, fucking Tony, guys, I gotta put a shout out here. My buddy Tony is in the room. He and I go back to high school. He's not a greaser. Like, remember I told you I don't care about religion, politics, race, or any of that kind of shit? Okay, Tony is like, I met him in class. Okay, he was just like a regular, like very, very tall, very skinny, just, you know, black dude. Cool as fuck. One of my closest fucking friends. We were friends through high school. I used to give him a lot of shit. Remember how I used to say, did I pick on people? Yeah, I picked on Tony. I love you, Tony. Sorry about picking on you, brother. But me and him have been fucking friends ever since, man. And he's also he's a musician, or, you know, a music artist. So he's fucking awesome. Me and him have been friends for fucking ever. We are still friends to this day, very, very close. Tony, I'm gonna come see you eventually, and we're gonna have a beer, and we're gonna talk about what we put in the fucking taco. Put the beef in her taco. Yeah, damn, dude, 12 years. It's been a long fucking time. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you met me at 15. You met me at 15, man. That's crazy. It's been a long time. Let's do it up. Okay, the smoking bans in public places. I smoke. If I'm in public places, I try not to stand near entrances of stores or bars, or even though you should be able to smoke in bars, and it's synonymous with fucking drinking. I just smoke, man. Like, I don't fucking go into places and light up, but, you know, I'm out and about walking down the street doing my thing. I smoke. I don't really give a shit. I know, right, Tony? Who would have thought, man? And we're still going strong. Man, I'm glad you fucking came in, man. That's fucking great. That's awesome, dude. That brings a fucking smile to my face right there. Cabrillo High School, West Side, Long Beach. And all the partying we did afterwards, too. Oh, shit. A good place to pick up Lucky Strikes. Smoke shops. Most gas stations or liquor stores, they don't really sell Lucky Strikes because they're not popular. Go to smoke shops. If you go to a smoke shop and they don't sell them, most likely the owner, since he knows who to order through, will be able to find them for you. If not, try another smoke shop. Just keep looking around until you find what you're looking for. Well, Richard, like I said, I don't advocate smoking. It's not the best thing to do in the world, but if it's what you're going to do, it's what you're going to do. You know what I mean? But you didn't get it from the madman. Hey, Tony, are you still with me? Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Man, stiletto switchblades are fucking cool. There's nothing like fucking hitting the button, click. It just sends chills. It's very cinematic. It's like racking a shotgun. All right, hey Tony, this is one for you. You'll know what I'm talking about here. Hey guys, let's go get some McRibs. You know what that means and what that's about. You know. Why do I have the nickname Madman? Because I am a madman. Especially when I'm like working on my art and stuff like that. Guys, I get fucking zoned out or zoned in. I'm just like, man, I fucking just go. I'm everything I do, I put a lot of intensity into it. So I'm just like in the fucking zone, and I'm kind of like a mad scientist in a way. I like to create and fucking go wild. Oh no. You know what that is, Tony. You know, man. Some of the McRibs, my man. Just saying. I had to throw that out there. I had to. Exactly, Andrew. It's just the way it is. Just being intense, having fun, being wild, not giving a shit. Having fun. That sucks, Wolfman. Wolfman Jack. That sucks, though. I wouldn't like if my switchblades got confiscated when I had one. Yeah, see, and here's the thing, guys. Tony also knows, I mean, he knows me personally. He also knows that I've been in martial arts for a very, very long time. That's why he put the UFC style thing in there. Let me see what kind of numbers we got here. Nice. Not too bad for starting out. That is true, Tony. That's true. Second degree. How did I customize my leather jacket? Paint and studs. I used the best thing to use. I covered this earlier in the video. I don't think you were here for it though. I used basically all the paint is acrylic paint, and I used for the most part on my jackets, even back in the day, you use paint markers. Do it with paint markers. It's easier. It comes out cleaner. Looks nicer. There's more control. And I mean, you know, go out and buy studs, man. Get some studs, put them in, make it look cool. Do your own pattern. Am I into video games? Yes. Mainly PC games. Some of the older PC games like Half-Life was always a big thing for me. When it comes to console games, I've always been a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I grew up with the old PlayStation 1, N64. I mean, when I was a kid, it was like fucking Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I still play some of those games, but not very often. When it comes to the computer games, I like to play some of the older games. And of course, the GTA games. Yeah, that's true, Tony. Always been studded the fuck out. And a stud in other ways, too. Ah. Behind us, CJ. You had one job. What was it? Let me see. What was Big Smoke? All you had to do was keep up with the train. You had one damn job, CJ. Let's get out of here. Oh, there you go, CJ. Let's go, baby. I have not played Payday, Nathan. And I have not played Fallout either, Alley Cat. But I have seen that there are greasers in Fallout, which is pretty cool. Tunnel snakes rule. Oh, hell yeah, I love memes. So see, when I was in high school, I mean, you got to figure social media for us was fucking MySpace. That was what we had in fucking high school. And there was no such thing as memes. They were funny pictures with quotes on them. There was no actual name for what they were. That's kind of a new thing that came along. Like, oh, we need to come up with a name for this stuff. Everybody's always having to nickname everything. Exactly. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Top 8. Top 8. And you were always in the top 8. Usually probably in the top 3. I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 7 with extra dip, 2 number 45s, and a large soda. No, I think on the number 7s there was 1 with cheese. Yeah, there was that one in there as well. When he said 2 number 45s, all I could think of was 2 45s. Pow, pow, pow. And I'm sure that's kind of what it was supposed to be. Why didn't smoke help? Food was getting cold. Trying to eat my food, baby. Are rings part of the greaser style or the culture? Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is, I mean, I've had this ring since high school. It's my skull ring, the double skulls. This goes way, 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 way back for me. Rings are definitely part of it. All you managed to do, Smoke, was eat my damn food up. It was getting cold. I do from time to time. Since that was a really personal gift from a really good friend of mine, and he's going to be 60 this year. He's been carrying that knife since he was 16. I do have it, and I keep it. You know, I keep it kind of safe. But from time to time, I do put the boot dagger in and carry it because, I mean, fuck, it's just cool, you know. But it's kind of like a treasure at the same time. I'm kind of sentimental about stuff like that. Where did I get my rigs? I don't even remember where I got this ring. I really don't even remember. No, unfortunately, Tony, I don't have the Pabst Blue Ribbon on deck tonight. I got the Rolling Rock. You know how we do. Because those greasers are poor. It's all we can afford. Really? Oh, because you're the only greaser, period. See, when I was in high school, I was like the only white greaser. You know, the only like Irish white greaser. Everybody else was Mexican. So it was a little different. The roles were reversed in those days for me. But fuck it. Greaser's a greaser. Good people are good people, you know? Really, the only jewelry I wear is an earring, a ring, and a necklace. Other than that, I don't really wear any jewelry. That's true. Tony is 100% right. Richard, there's a lot of greasers in Long Beach. A ton. I mean, just in the West Coast alone, there's a shit ton of greasers. I mean, the whole rockabilly greaser thing is huge out there. Huge. Wow, that is the hood for sure. When you've got a church and then right next door you got a whorehouse that sells drugs, you fucking know you're in the hood. The drug dealers go over there, do confession. It was like fucking 5 or 6 Hail Marys and something else for your penance, and you know, all is forgiven. Do I cry at emotional scenes in movies? No, of course not. Especially if you're with a girl, don't fucking cry. Don't fucking cry. Even if you feel like you're going to, just be like, just look away. Or put your arm around her and be like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Get into something else. Don't fucking cry. Don't cry at emotional scenes. I mean, yeah, guys cry, but don't do it. Just don't do it. It's like Goodfellas. No, was it like good? Yeah, Goodfellas. You know, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, that's true, Tony. Usually during emotional scenes of some of the most fucked up movies, I laugh. I'm like, it's fucking funny. Everyone's like, damn, dude, you're a heartless motherfucker. No, Nathan, I don't watch South Park. I don't really watch TV in general. I used to watch a lot of wrestling back in the day. As a matter of fact, Tony and we used to have WrestleMania parties at Tony's place. Remember Tony? We'd order the pay-per-view. See, Tony would usually order the pay-per-view, or sometimes a friend of ours would order the pay-per-view. And then Tony and I, or both of us or whatever, would order, you know, we get like food. We get like pizza and chips and sodas and snacks and all kind of shit. Yeah, you remember. Hey, we had some fucking great WrestleMania parties too. They were great. I miss those days. Thank God I still got more beer. No, I didn't play any sports in high school. I was, you know, again, I was a greaser in high school. I was the guy that was hanging out with the guys in leather jackets and shit like that, and we were just too fucking cool for school, you know. We were trying to cut class where we could and fucking around, being class clowns. We didn't do all the normal high school stuff. We just did what we wanted to do. Fuck yeah, it was, Tony. We need to do that again eventually. We need to do a WrestleMania thing. The sad thing is I won't know who half of the wrestlers are now. Hey, Tony, I gotta ask you a question. You got your muffler on, baby? I be your black man, baby. You got your muffler on, Big Johnny? You know where that's from. Yeah, you know, someday it'd be kind of cool to do, you know, to fucking do a meetup. That'd be pretty badass. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Tony. I love it, just me. See, the thing is, it must suck for your buddy, man. That means he's only got 4 inches. Poor bastard. See, for me, that wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't have to fuck her twice. Because I'm over 8. Just saying. The American dream, baby. When did I start smoking? I probably started smoking like, I don't know, like 18, I think. Somewhere around there, 18, 19. Dude, I was drunk for a lot of my early years. A lot of shit really blends together. It's like, oh God, here he goes. Here he goes. How you doing, Matt, man? Thanks for joining the stream, dude. My favorite cereal. I don't eat cereal. But if I did eat cereal, I'd probably eat Wheaties. It's a breakfast of champions, man. Yeah, I bet. A lot of money on cigarettes, a lot of syntax. Fucking hate syntax. Like the government has any fucking business telling me, you know, what is a sin and what is not, and fucking charge me for it. That's what I got to say to that. Fucking syntax. How tall am I? 6 foot. Probably about 6'1" in boots. Hey, do what you do, man. You know, fucking, that's the thing, dude. Here's something I also covered in another video. I think the video was termed, is the term greaser racist? Something you guys got to understand is there are greasers in every race. It has nothing to do with like a race. It's all based on, do you grease your hair? Do you listen to the music? Are you into the style and the culture? If you guys haven't seen it, watch that video. It's pretty in-depth about the whole style. I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to rock and roll and the whole, you know, like the whole rock and roll era, yeah, there's rock and roll that dates back to like the fucking late 20s into the 30s, guys. And it was all African-American artists that were pretty much doing it. It all comes from the old school rhythm and blues. There's something for you right there. That was weak. Yeah, you know, see, when it comes to high school and, you know, there's people, they're going to call you all kinds of names and bullshit. I used to get called Pony Boy. I used to get called fucking Danny Zuko, fucking Fonzie, Grease Lightning, and all that fucking horse shit. I didn't give a fuck. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. It's ignorant shit. It's all ignorant bullshit. I know. Fucking cigarettes are expensive. Alcohol, cigarettes, and all that shit are just going up. They just keep going up and up and up and up, and it ain't. And they haven't changed the product. It's no better. It's not better than it was, but they keep jacking the prices up. All right, Hunter. Thanks for fucking joining, dude. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo. You know how I roll. I know. You're right, Tony. It was. You know, but the sad thing is, I think just in general, a lot of people really are ignorant to a lot of things. They really are, and it sucks. You know, there's a place for everything and everybody. You know, do your thing, have fun, do what you do, and don't step on nobody's toes. Like, if you're about something and somebody isn't, that's cool. It's all good. It's just like, you know, us greasers, us, you know, rockabilly rebels, you know, we just did our thing and we didn't fucking bother with all the drama and bullshit. You know, and it's not that we weren't like, oh yeah, we're not going to make friends with anybody. I mean, you remember, Tony, I would go from one side of the fucking school to the other, and I had friends all the fuck over from all different groups, always shaking hands, fist bumping, you know, nods, the whole thing. The handshake was always the biggest thing. Remember, you going for that fucking hard handshake, grab that shit, fucking shake it out, and keep going. How old am I? 27, going on 28 this next month coming up. Damn, that sucks. They raised the smoking age to 21. That fucking sucks. What a bunch of fucking assholes. Yeah, it's true, Tony. Even the teachers. Yeah, exactly. Man, just like I said in my videos, if somebody keeps nagging you and fucking with you, the best advice I can give you is go up to them and fucking handle it right then and there. Don't fucking let it linger. Just do what you got to do. You know, if it comes to a fight, it comes to a fight. Do what you got to do. Lay into them, fucking let them have it. If they want to fight, fight. I mean, if you have to. I mean, logic and talking is always the best way to get, you know, to deal with anything. But, you know, if you got to do what you got to do, then fucking do it, man. And don't fucking be sorry about it. Don't take no shit off nobody. Exactly. Exactly, Tony. Man to man. Do what you got to do. You know what's up. It's my lungs. It's my choice to make them as black as my heart. Do what you do, man. Like I said, Madman didn't tell you to smoke, but if you're going to do it, do it. And don't be sorry about it. I mean, that's just kind of how it is, you know. If somebody gets in your way and wants to fight right then and there, and you have to fight, kick them in the fucking balls, and then fucking just beat the shit out of them. Fucking best thing I can tell you to do is kick them square in the fucking nuts, and then fucking right hook them to the jaw as soon as they bend forward, and then just lay into them. Start throwing knees, start throwing elbows, as soon as they go down, jump on top of them and just ground and pound the fucking shit out of them, dude. It's about the best thing you can do. Who cares if they're fucking bigger? They want to start a fight, hit them. Fucking lay into them, dude. If it gets you expelled, it gets you expelled. I mean, I know we have a very liberal, you know, country where it's like, oh my God, fighting. We can't have fighting now. Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself at all times. Remember, just because the school and a lot of politics says, you know, that it's not okay doesn't mean it's not so. In the streets, when you're amongst your peers, you do what you got to do, man. This is not a ring. There's no fucking cage. It's a fight. It's a street fight. Handle it. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself at all times. Because at the end of the day, when you go home, you got to account for you and you alone, unless you got a family. But you got to account for yourself. You got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself. Don't let people shit on you, man. Seriously. Hard times are coming, and there's going to be a lot more of them. So do what you have to do to protect yourself. That's all I can tell you. Exactly, Tony. Lay into them. They ain't shit. You know what's up. It ain't Tony's first rodeo. Doesn't matter who it is, man. Doesn't matter if they're football players, black, white, Mexican, Asian. Fight. It earns you respect immediately. Shows you won't take no shit, whether you win or lose. Just fight. Just do what you got to do. You know, head up, look them in the eye, don't take no shit. And be a little mean. I mean, hell, if it were back in the day, you wouldn't have trouble with people, to be honest with you. If it were like, you know, the old days, you really wouldn't be having that kind of trouble. Because in the old days, you know, somebody that would come and give you shit would probably get, you know, I'm talking like the old days, like in the 1950s. If somebody were to come and give you shit, there'd probably be a gang of them, you know, a gang of guys behind you to back you up. They'd probably grab whoever was giving you shit, you know, and fucking switchblade, even though it's a switchblade comb, but they'd fucking pull it and rub it across their neck. How you doing, buddy? What do you got to say now? But I'm not telling you to do that. Don't fucking pull no weapons on nobody. I have, Andrew. I have pulled a knife on people before in my past. Don't do it, though. It's not a good thing to do. If you get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. Get right back up and back in their face. Don't let them fucking push you around, dude. Strength. Dominance. Don't be a sub. Be dominant. Don't fucking take no shit. You talk shit, get right back in their face. Yep, do what you got to do. Exactly, Tony. It's like I got like the more of the old school like Brooklyn thing going on. Hey, do what you got to do, man. Why did I pull the knife? Because there was a knife pulled on me. That's why, Nathan. Try not to shed tears, man. Don't take it personal. I know it's, you know, you're in high school. I mean, you're young. It's in the moment. You got a lot of emotions flowing. You know, you're going through puberty and all that. Don't take it personal, dude. It's just business. Just take it as business. It's not personal, even though no matter how much personal they try to make it. Remember, greasers are cool, laid back, whatever. It's like, oh, I want to fucking beat your ass. Okay. What of it? You know, confidence, man. Build confidence. Do what you got to do. And if you're worried about your fighting skills, man, take up boxing, take up wrestling, get into mixed martial arts, man. You know, start training. And, you know, if you don't have the money to go to a gym and start training, it's a lot of tutorials online, dude. Start looking it up. Get some equipment. Start training. You know what I mean? Start hitting a heavy bag. You'd be amazed what will happen when you start hitting a heavy bag. Exactly, Tony. I'm the one fighting, not you, and not you. Very, very, you know, Massachusetts style. Well, try not to do that, Matt, man. I mean, even though that's part of, you know, getting angry sometimes, try not to shed tears, man. It just looks weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything like that, but try not to shed tears. You get mad, be like, and get in the fucking zone. It's like my nickname, dude, Madman. Fucking get mad. Get fucking intense. Get in their fucking face, man. Beat that chest. Don't fucking back down from them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Exactly, Tony. Not. See, it's not even not. N-O-T, it's not. There's like a W in there. I mean, look at it this way, Matt. You got one life to live. You're here. You're doing it. You might as well fucking do it up the best way you can and have some fucking fun. And if that means getting a little fucking crazy, then fucking get crazy, man. Have fun with it and laugh about it. They're like, oh shit, this motherfucker is crazy. You just be like, yeah, man, I'm a little bit crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm fucking eccentric. Exactly. The button right here on the jaw. Boom. No shit, Tony, you like the song Amoeba by the Adolescents? I didn't know you got into the punk stuff. Amoeba. Amoeba. Yeah. Exactly, Matt, man. Even if you don't win, the fact that you stepped up and you did what you had to do is respect. Record store, exactly, Tony. Exactly. That's fucking awesome, dude. It is a good song. I love that fucking song. Amoeba is a great fucking song. It's very wild and crazy. Do you go to a record store in Hollywood, Tony? If you do, start pushing people aside. The fuck out of my way. The fuck out of my way. Somebody gives you some shit, Tony, you need to do this. What? The fuck out of my way. I'm just kidding. You know I'll be right there to back you up. That's pretty good, just means like make a cut on your arm. Ah! Then run away. They'd run away. That's funny. You could always take the knife, put your tongue out, and go, "Let's do it," and then let the blood drip out of your mouth. Like, "Hello, Clarice. I'm having an old friend over for dinner. Pork and beans." You know, back in our day, there was kind of like a rule of engagement to pull a weapon, whether it's brass knucks or a switchblade or something like that, or bust a bottle. If it's one-on-one type of deal, you don't pull a weapon unless they pull a weapon. If you're one-on-one, somebody pulls a knife or a bottle or some kind of a weapon or something, then yeah, you need to pull a weapon as well to protect yourself. If you're walking about doing your thing and you got a group of guys that come up on you, like 3-4 guys, and you're not, you don't know how to handle that many guys, pull a weapon because it's unfair. You need to even the odds. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only time to ever really pull a weapon, is unless one's pulled on you or the odds are so fucking out of your favor that you need all the help you can get. I know, Tony, that's crazy because back in high school you were always tame and kind of quiet. And I remember always with the counting when I would fuck with you all the time in high school, you'd be like 1, 2, 3. I'd be like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I can count too. Ah! You'd be like, shut the fuck up. Exactly, Richard. Don't take no shit. Just do what you do. Exactly, Andrew. Pull a weapon only when you have to. I got to hit the head again, guys. It means I got to drain the main vein. I got to take a piss. I have to pee. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, I know I did, Tony. I always worked on your nerves, so I had to count. Fuck you, asshole. All right. Got another Rolling Rock. Hey, Tony, I got something for you. I'm sure the guys would appreciate this. Tell a good story about Miss Bleeker's class, if you remember any, since we had that class together. Well, I just started this one. Mr. Sound Effects, and I still got another one to go. Okay, Andrew. Hey, thanks for coming by, man. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo, man. You know how I roll. Wanted to boink the shit out of Miss Bleeker. Hey, Tony, do you remember back in Miss Bleeker's class? Okay, like in today's era, what I said would probably get the fucking cops called on me for like sexual harassment. Do you remember when I was like asking her about her boyfriend, this, that, and the other? I'm like, yeah, is he good in bed? Like, you looking for another guy? Remember that shit, Tony? I was like asking her about her fucking love life, and she got all fucking flustered. She's like, okay, enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I was like 16, 17 years old, fucking acting like a prick. Hey, and then remember, like years later, we ran into her when you and I went to the homecoming game to see like how everything had changed, and she was there, and she's like, "Oh, you know, you guys should come down and have a drink with me." What was it? What was that beer and sandwich bar? Fuck. Oh crap! I don't remember the name of it. You know the place I'm talking about downtown. Oh. They only serve beer, like pickled eggs and fucking sandwiches, and then you can play pool in the back. No, I didn't get kicked out, but I damn near came close. Joe Jost. Yeah. Remember she fucking was like, oh, you guys should come see me at Joe Jost in a couple hours. And we didn't. Like, we had our own shit to do. And we're like, damn, we could have double teamed the fuck out of her. She was hungry for it. Yeah, Matt, I do. I have a Facebook fan page. It's Cryptic Art. As a matter of fact, in my videos that I post, look below and it has my blog, my Twitter, and my Facebook. So check me out there. Well, here's the thing. I mean, okay, just me. Ms. Bleecker was not the hottest thing in the world, but I don't know. She just kind of had this sex appeal about her, kind of like a plain Jane sex appeal. You just want to fuck the shit out of her. That's fucking terrible. That's fucked up. For all I know, she's probably watching this, be like, "You fucking asshole." No, we were pretty out there. Exactly, Tony. We should get some tag. I think we should fucking see if she's still around sometime and go out on the town with her and they get some tag team fucking belts, you know. Yeah, she was passable. She really was. I mean, she, you know, she kind of had like that old fucking Celtic look to her. I don't know, in a way. Hey, fuck it. Do you know what her first name was? Don't say it here. But if you know what her first name is, fucking, you know, fucking private message me about that. Exactly. We're going to run the train. We're going to run the train, just me. Why the fuck not? We're going to run the train, have a good time. All aboard this bitch. Exactly, Tony. Tony, we're rotten. She'd probably like it, though. I mean, she seemed pretty hungry that night. She's like, oh, you guys should come see me. I'm going to be at Joe Jost having some drinks. We should have went. We should have fucking went, dude. We would have had a good time. Probably went back to her place. So she only lived like, remember she said she lived like right in the neighborhood, like right around the corner or some shit like that. Dude, we could have fucking had some drinks, had some fucking sandwiches, played some pool, and then went and, you know, fucking tag team champions, the Rockers, dude. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's not the best thing in the world, Matt. It really isn't. Here, check this out. When I was in high school, I think that the group still, the clothing company still exists, called Lucky 13. And there were always ads in the magazines, you know, in Car Culture Deluxe and Old School Rods. Lucky 13 was a real big fucking company when I was in high school. It was like probably the original greaser rockabilly type clothing line. And they actually had a belt buckle that came with the Zippo lighter. They had the belt buckle and the Zippo went down in the thing. It was actually pretty cool. And a lot of guys that didn't smoke even had them. So yeah, I'm not into smoking weed either, Matt, man. Thank you, Jacob. Fucking solid, dude. Got some cool cats up in this motherfucker. Yeah, you probably are the oldest greaser on here, Just Me. But, you know, that's part of what I wanted in the channel. I wanted some of the, you know, the older and original era greasers to come in and start conversation. Because, as you know, I'm very history oriented with the style, and I always appreciate it. You know, Matt, that is actually a very good way to be. Stay to yourself. Do what you do, man. You know, if that's who you are, if that's how you feel you need to be, then do it. You know, like, be yourself. Be true to yourself, man. That's the best thing I can tell you. Don't let the outside world fuck with you. I mean, Tony knows that when I was in high school, I was very much like Pony Boy. And then when I grew up, I became a lot more like Dally from The Outsiders. And unfortunately, it happens. But, you know, just be yourself. Be true to who you are, man. I mean, yeah, time will warp you. I will tell you that. Time warps you over a period of time. No saving me at this point, but there is saving you. You know, and being a greaser, I mean, especially like with the girls, you know, you're with your girls and stuff like that, you know, you be respectful. I mean, there's like that old school kind of code of conduct. You pull chairs out, you open doors up, you know, you open the car door, you open the restaurant door, you put your arm around your girl, you know, there's like that whole thing of respect that goes with it. So it's a good way to be. I have 5 tattoos, Richard. 1 on my chest, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And I do want to get more ink. Oh, Matt, come on. Don't tell me you're kind of like Dally in The Outsiders. Like, did I say you kids could play my grass, huh? No. What are you doing here? Nothing. You ever play 52 pickup? Yeah. What? Hey, don't get fucking wise. You know, or he didn't say that word, but don't get wise. You know, I don't like little kids. I just don't like them. I just get out of here. I'm gonna kill you. And he chases them. Well, try not to scare too many little kids. Nah, he wasn't gonna hurt him. You know, you figure you got Dally, you got Pony Boy, and you got Johnny. They're not gonna hurt those kids. They're just fucking with them. It was just like, I'm gonna kill you, man. Like boogie man, boogie, 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 boogie. You know, it was just to try to scare them off a little bit. I mean, they were going to the movies anyway. They weren't trying to fucking beat no little kids down. I mean, Dally might have been a hard motherfucker, but he wasn't unreasonable. He wasn't mean in that way. Only to people that deserved it, that were on his level. I mean, if you realize, like, think about this. Think about the drive-in scene when Johnny told Dally to fucking pack it in and stop acting like an asshole, you know, to quit picking on Cherry. And he was just like, what'd you say to me, little shit? What'd you say to me? He's like, wise ass, and he walks off. Like, because he wasn't trying to fucking beat up on people that he knew couldn't defend themselves. He and Tim Shepard. Now, Tim Shepard was kind of like the leader of the other greaser gang. He and Tim would fucking just fuck each other up all the time, but they were like best of friends. Dally was not about trying to hurt people, you know, that couldn't defend themselves or wasn't on his level. You know what I mean? Dally understood, he knew, and he would only fuck with people that, you know, could defend themselves and could, you know, fuck with him on his level. Yeah, Tony, it's a good movie. I mean, you remember Mr. Boyle. I'm actually going to see if I can get Mr. Boyle to come on and do like an interview for like one of my videos, because he was in Tulsa, Oklahoma during the era of The Outsiders. I mean, The Outsiders took place in like the mid 60s, maybe 64, 65. And he was there during that time, and he knows. I mean, we've talked, and just on the phone about 3 weeks ago, I'd say, we talked on the phone. We were talking about that. And he was saying how exactly, like, there were the greasers and there were the socias, and there was a battle of the classes, the rich and the poor kind of thing. and he and his brother were like in the middle. You know what I mean? Like they didn't take sides, but they had greaser friends and they had soch friends. I'm gonna see if I can get an interview with him. I think that'd be really cool for the channel. Alley Cat, if you've never seen The Outsiders, I would say read the book and then watch the movie, and then look for the deleted scenes as well. It's a good movie. No, haven't been in any rumbles where it's like a bunch of guys on a bunch of guys. Been in a couple fights, but not in any rumbles. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it would be, Tony. You know, like, I'm sure he would too. Like, I'm sure I could get him on maybe like a Skype call or something and, you know, have him just kind of talk about his experience in Tulsa growing up. Because, I mean, Essie Hinton grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She grew up there. The places that were filmed at were the actual places that stuff went down at. So him being in that area and growing up with those guys, he would know as well. So he'd be getting firsthand, you know, experience from what is known as the outsiders. I mean, as you know, in California, in Long Beach, you know, the whole socias and greasers things wasn't a real big thing. It was more along, well, back in our days, it was, when I first started greasing, there was a huge beef between greasers and pretty boys and greasers and punks. So we kind of had war on two fronts. By the time, I don't know, 10th, 11th grade came around for me, I personally had squashed a lot of those beefs, and, you know, we had friends of all different groups. Because again, to me, good people are good people. You know, you don't cast them aside just because they happen to look a little different or have a different style, you know? Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you know, Tony, fucking Mr. Boyle's a musician. He was right there with Jim Morrison. He was like his right-hand man back in the day. And then, you know, Bob Marley. He's got pictures with Bob Marley. What do I think about Greasers coming back in 2017? Greasers never left, dude. We've always been around. I would like to see the style, of course, progress and get bigger, and to have more people involved that really want to be involved, that are interested in being greasers. I think that'd be fucking great. You know, I'd like to see the rockabilly thing come out and be a little bit more progressive, for sure. I think in today's time and era, we need to kind of get back to basics. We need to get back to the roots of being good to each other, and maybe get a little bit more traditional values, you know, and still having a good time while doing it. Yeah. We need drive-in theaters. We need more drive-in restaurants. You know, we need to kind of get back to that old mentality where it's like, put the fucking phones down and hang out, listen to music, and be a part of something. You know what I mean? Thank you, Just Me. Thank you. Well said, brother. Well said. It's good that we have, you know, a greaser community kind of coming together. Oh shit, I got a hair out of place. I look like shit. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that's pretty fucking cool, man. That's cool. Your dad went to school with high school with Jim Morrison. That's badass. I like that. Hey, you know, I'd love to get 10 million subscribers. You know what I say? We need to get this fucking shit fucking blown up, dude. We need to fucking just go. Go, 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 go. We need to have some fucking fun. We need to get this shit blown the fuck up. Why the hell not? You know, let's do this shit, man. And I ain't gonna forget you when I get 10 million subscribers. I'll probably answer all of you like I do now. At least I would hope I can. If I don't hold it against me. I remember you guys. You guys fucking rock. Here's the secret to the pump, guys. I mean, you guys have seen the video. Wait a minute, I need to pull this up real quick so I can see what I'm fucking doing. The pit, guys, if you have thick hair like I do, the pick is the way to go. And yes, I do have the black pick now. I don't have I still have the purple one, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? The pink, purple, sparkly looking pick doesn't kind of go with the image. Oh. Madman for president. I don't know if I'd be a good president. I'd be like, wait a minute. That country wants to threaten us. Bomb them. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, you know, you got like what, North Korea, like, you know, little Kim Jong-un, like, I'm going to fucking bomb, you know, United States. They're like, I want to go there in person. I'm going to that country. I'm going to pull a switchblade on that motherfucker. It's like, what are you going to do now, you little fucking runt? I'll legalize some fucked up shit. You know, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't I wouldn't legalize too much crazy shit. Honestly, if I were president, I would let people be people. You know? It's like whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. I mean, as long as you're not hurting other people. But, you know, when you start hurting other people or affecting other people's quality of life and their living and things like that, I'm not cool with. I don't go for that. I would try to stay out of, you know, as government, I would try to stay out of people's lives. But I would try to offer, you know, good incentives and programs that people could really use, you know, that are practical in today's terms. I wouldn't, you know, get involved with what they do personally, because that's not what I'm about. Oh, switchblades would be legalized in the country. I mean, come on now. I mean, for Christ's sake, you got how many states that can, you know, that have open carry and stuff like that for guns? Gun versus switchblade, what are you going to choose? I mean, come on. The only reason switchblades were outlawed to begin with was because of Rebel Without a Cause. When the movie Rebel Without a Cause came, they had the fight scene with James Dean and Corey Allen at the conservatory. I've actually been there. There's a James Dean bust. I need to take a picture with that someday. They had the knife fight scene, and they thought, oh, you know, the politicians were like, oh shit, like, you know, these kids, these young rebellious teenagers are going to start, you know, knifing each other with switchblades. It was like this whole big ordeal. Stupid. A greaser president. Fucking A. I'm cool with that. Well, I can't make I can't make leather jackets mandatory. I mean, because not everybody wants to wear leather. You know, it's their prerogative, whether they want to or don't want to. It's all good. How do I cuff my jeans? I usually cuff them once over. Sometimes I kind of do the high cuff where I roll them once or twice. Usually roll, you know, sometimes I'll do like the twice rolled. But as you can see, it's just a single cuff. It's just, you know, right there. Just one cuff over. Usually like to wear my jeans cuffed high enough where you can see the buckle of the boots. Got to wear shades, man. My aviators. If you know where to get them, you can get them. It's not hard to find a switchblade or a butterfly if you know where to get them. In California, the best place to get them on the street is on Alvaro Street or Chinatown. Just to let you guys know. Well, like if you're in class, man, and you're in chemistry, you might want to take that shit off so you don't fucking knock anything over. Oh, okay, you double cuff? Hey, all good to go, man. I've done it before. Any good pomades for curly hair? I would say Dax the Red Can Dax or Murray's Superior Hold would probably be your best bet, because that's a really thick, waxy, hard pomade, and it's good for straightening your hair out. I would go with those. Here's a funny story. When I was in high school, I'd walk in. Oh, wait a minute. By the way, guys, I got something for you guys to check out. This is my folder from high school, by the way. And yes, I did paint this on here. This is one of my folders from high school. This is old era original. I keep a lot of my artwork in it now. I used to carry a folder. I walk into class, this leather jacket on, have my sunglasses on like a toothpick in my mouth. I'd walk in, sit down, kick my feet up on the desk, and chill. And then, of course, the teacher would come in and be like, take your boots off the desk. I'd sit there. Take your boots off the desk. Then I, eventually take them down. And then it would be, take your sunglasses off. Huh? They'd be like, take your sunglasses off. Whatever, dude. You're being a fucking drag, man. And I would just give attitude. At least Miss Bleecker didn't do that, right, Tony? She probably liked when I came and wear my leather and sunglasses. Probably got her all hot under the collar, like, oh my God, if he was only of legal age, I'd be fucking bouncing on that cock. That's terrible. Oh man, the cops confiscated an actual Italian stiletto. They got a good knife. That sucks, man. Yeah, that's right, Tony. You'd be like, oh, come on, man. Just get with the fucking program. Stop acting like an asshole. Yeah, you know what? You can. It's a good thing. You take the belt off, wrap it around your hand, and you use that fucking buckle and just smack somebody in the dome with it. You know, Tony. You know. You already know. When I get back out that way, I'm gonna come hang out. We're gonna go see Miss Bleecker. We're gonna run the train on her. Did I ever have a backpack? Yeah, I did. There were times I carried a backpack, but I usually carried a folder more than anything else. Man, that sucks though. You lost your switchblade. Shit, no, my luck, Tony. She's probably watching this, going, "Yeah, if I ever see you again, I'm gonna fucking hit you in the face." Yes, it is, Mr. Sound. A Letterman jacket is definitely a greaser jacket. If you can find a good Letterman jacket, get it. Usually pretty expensive. You know, that reminds me. You want to see a couple of pieces of artwork I did back in high school? You're a fucking savage, Tony. You're a fucking savage, dude. I knew it. You still got it in you, man. Box them titties like Sugar Ray Leonard. Love it, man. I told you guys we were fucked up back in the day. We still are fucked up. It's in the heart, man. Box them titties like Sugar Ray Leonard. Fucking hey. Woo. Okay, to answer the question about petroleum-based, pomades versus water-based, I don't have a lot of experience with water-based. I have mainly all my experience with petroleum-based. I still have very thick, greasy, long hair. I don't know. They say I've kind of heard like, oh, it can fuck with your hair and make you go bald. A lot of that has to do with genetics. Just saying. Okay, let me grab you a couple pictures that I found not too long ago. The sad thing is these are in pretty bad condition, unfortunately, because these are very old. These are like 12 plus years old. Most of them are rather new. All right, check these out. These are, oh shit. I actually ripped part of this. These are pretty old. Check this one out. This is actually kind of a depiction of almost like me in high school. It even has like this little yellow comb I used to keep in my back pocket and the chain that I had. This one right here, this is really old. I did this one back in high school. And then here's this like crazy fucking greaser rat that I did as well. This dates back to high school for me. Thank you, Tony. Let's see. That one, and that one were done about 3 years ago. The picture there was done, so that one painting over there was done back when I was in high school. And then I got this pinup girl that I did earlier or later last year. If you guys want to see some of my newest work, I have some of it right here. And I do post it on my social media stuff, guys. But I haven't released all of my stuff, but I do have some of the stuff here. I don't like to release a lot of stuff real quick. I'm kind of picky and choosy about what I release. This one is one of the newer pictures I've done right here. I got this rockabilly cat that I've done. I did this one maybe about a week or two ago. And I did this 49 Merc right here. This is all marker, by the way. This is marker stuff I've done. And I did this, this girl with the knife. Got to have the switchblade. This is kind of based off an old picture that I did in high school. I don't have it. I don't know whatever happened to it. But this is kind of based off of an old picture I did. And then I have some of my colored pencil work that I've done, like this. This is a Joker with a Tommy gun, with kind of like an old school traditional suit. Then of course, one of my favorites that I did was Pennywise the Clown. This is colored pencil as well. Here's kind of a picture that kind of represents high school for me. You know, the eras, like I said, like the greaser and rockabilly era coming together. It's like you got this like punk chick with the greaser guy, you know, since it's all the same shit. One of my devil characters I've done. And then here's a pinup girl that I did. And then this one I did like early last year, Henry the Wasp. you guys don't know who Henry the Wasp is, you need to check out the song Henry the Wasp by the Highliners, which is a rockabilly, that's a rockabilly song by one of the newer bands from the 80s. They're not very well known. Is that a spaceship on my door? No, that's Kilroy was here. If you guys don't know about Kilroy, look up The Legend of Kilroy. I think it'd look pretty cool, huh? With the rat on the jacket, kind of almost like Rat Fink. All right, Tony, hang loose, dude. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew rock, get a rock and roll tattoo. I'm always around. Thanks for dropping in, brother. Seriously, check out the song Henry the Wasp by the Highliners. They were like rockabilly, psychobilly band from like the 80s that did not get very well known. The video's here on YouTube. Check out Henry the Wasp. Late, Tony. No, I don't, Alley Cat. I don't have any pets. Only the girls I keep chained up in the basement. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I would. Just me. Definitely. Oh, the artifacts that I mentioned earlier. A couple of my sunglasses. These ones I actually ordered off of Wish. These are really fucking good quality and really cool. Very old school retro glasses right here. These are kind of like almost like welder's glasses, but I've always liked this style. I always thought it looked really cool. So I got these ones, and then of course I got my aviators that I wear. And then you got to have the switchblade comb. I've had this for a while. I mean, even with the comb, it even has this sound. Listen, listen, listen. Even though it's a comb, it still sounds intimidating. Gotta love it. Those are a couple of my... Oh, I got another artifact for you. If I can find it, where the fuck did I put it? I'll dig through my art shit. I'm sure it's under here somewhere. Oh, where the fuck did I put it? I saw it earlier. I'm not sure what I did with it. Well, it's not sitting here like I thought it was. I was going to show you my original chain wallet. I showed it in one of my videos before. When it comes to cars, man, when you're in high school, I would say just get whatever you can afford. I mean, if it happens to be like an old Honda or some shit like that, as long as it runs good, man, it gets you from point A to point B. If you're working, especially if you're working, you need a car that gets you from point A to point B. Just find something, man, that runs good, and then once you can build up your money and you can find the right deals, then go for kind of like the old school retro cars, you know. But, you know, in the society we live in, just make sure you got something that runs decent, you know. Hell yeah, nothing wrong with badass muscle cars, man. Would I have any kids? Maybe someday. I don't know. I like to run around and have a good time. Who knows what the future has in store for the madman? Ms. Ballot? No, I don't keep anyone chained up in the basement. I should, though. Just turn it into a dungeon. Any of the girls that like BDSM, they can come hang out with me. I'm just kidding. The scorpion on my back. There's really no story that goes along with it, but I've always liked scorpions. They're really fucking cool. And in my astrology chart, my moon sign is in Scorpio, so I've always had a love for scorpions. They're pretty badass creatures. I got some hairs out of place here. Sport and Wave just ain't sticky enough. I think I need some Royal Crown. Nice. You got your cherry popped in a 78 Monte Carlo. That's badass, dude. That's cool. Man, you gotta love old school stories like that. That's fucking cool. Oh man, these fucking hairs are driving me nuts. Can't beat them, join them. Oh, you gotta keep her chained up. She's wild. No. Miss Bleeker's not chained up. I don't know whatever happened to her. For all I know, she's probably married and has kids now. Would have been fun back in the day, though. Just saying. Okay. Hey, you know, Richard, if you want to put a Scorpio on your jacket, you should put a scorpion on there. It actually means something. Maybe we should start up a fucking social club, kind of like the movie Grease. Scorpions. They're kind of cool. I don't know, man. If I could live anywhere in the world, I have no preference. As long as it's fun and warm. Exactly. Nothing wrong with the MILFs. I have a couple of videos up where I draw some stuff, and I think they're more based on review videos. The problem is I'd love to do some drawing videos, but I need to make a rig that where I can mount the camera so it's, above what I'm drawing a little bit better and make it a little bit easier so I can do more drawing videos. And the thing is too, is that I'm not a real fast, I'm fast in some senses of drawing, but when it comes to some of my really good work, where it's like really high detail and really, good stuff, it's not fast and it takes time. And it's just a lot of megabytes to upload. I mean, we're talking now into the gigs. And it's really taxing on my system, my computer system, to get those videos done. So I try to make them as short as I can and get the most amount of information forward in those videos. So I could try in the future doing some art videos where I kind of teach some of the basics of drawing. I mean, all drawing really comes down to shapes, angles, and perspective. And then the details kind of fill themselves in as you learn them. How long did it take me to customize my jacket? The customization of my jacket took, I've done it over time. I mean, I didn't do everything at once. I kind of just added things here and there as I saw fit. So I guess you could say years. Like in high school, this jacket was blank. I never fucked with it. I didn't touch it. I didn't put anything on it. But over the years, I've put more stuff on it. No, not yet. I'm actually hoping to do so. That's why I don't use any copyrighted content, and I try to keep everything, pretty basic. Because I'm looking to partner up here real soon. Just trying to get that momentum built. I started out more as an art channel, but realized very quickly that my expertise in, the greaser style and the whole culture was, was definitely going to bring viewers, especially people that are into the art that I do. So I've really integrated a lot of that in. So eventually there will be paid. It'll be paid. That's what I'm hoping for. The more money that I can make, the more stuff that I can do, guys. Just to let you know, views and subscribers are very, very important. The more money that I can make, the more streams of income that I can open up, which I'm hoping to do a t-shirt line within maybe in the next year. So be looking for that, by the way, just to kind of give you guys a heads up. The more I can do, the more stuff I can incorporate in. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, in the society we live in, it's important to kind of have the money to be able to go and do things. But I do want to add some really fucking awesome content. I'd love to make it out to Viva Las Vegas, which if you guys don't know what that is, that's a greaser rockabilly, weekender that they do in Vegas every year. It was really big when I was in high school, and I've heard it's only gotten bigger. I'd love to do a show out there, get my camera out there, do some interviews, talk to people, show you guys what's really kicking in the greaser world. Well, Richard, I will look into that for sure. Okay, Matt, if you're going to get glasses, try to go with square type frames or even the Buddy Holly frames. If you've seen Buddy Holly's, glasses that he wore, go for like the Buddy Holly frames or go for the thinner squared type glasses. Those always look good with a pompadour, or the elephant's trunk whip kind of look. Go for that. Oh, you meant sunglasses. Go with like the old school Ray-Bans, or go with the aviators like these. These are very traditional, very classic. These are very much greaser sunglasses. So go with these. I would say go with these, or go with the old school, like the round torch style sunglasses. Like you'd see like welders and torch guys that would wear these. So these are also these were also very common at the time too. At this point, Alley Cat, I do not sell any art. I'm looking to eventually. I have sold art to like friends and stuff and a few clients in the past. I am a professional artist, so I actually have sold work. But right now, as of online, I don't have any kind of online store where anything can be bought. But eventually, I'm hoping to do so. Yeah, you know, as a matter of fact, I played the original Mafia, which took place in like the 30s into the 40s, or 20s, 30s, and then into the 40s. It was on PC back in the day. And they came out with Mafia 2, and Mafia 2 was very much about the 50s. A lot of good greaser stuff in that, by the way, guys. And if you guys get that game, they have the greaser pack where you can unlock the hot rods and the leather jackets. You get like the Marlon Brando style, you know, with the hat, the leather jacket, you know, the jeans and the boots. And you kind of have like the Rebel Without a Cause, you know, the red jacket with the jeans and the boots. And it's available. If you guys like mods and stuff, you can mod the game to really grease it out. I've seen that on YouTube. Look that up. Mafia 2 greasers, greaser pack. Look that up. Okay. In order to find these, okay, just about every store sells these aviators. These are called aviators. This style right here, these date back to World War II. Aviator sunglasses. They almost kind of look almost like teardrops. Look for these. Make sure you got the rod going across. These are aviator sunglasses. Very traditional. These are the kind that Kaniki wore in Greece, by the way. Very, very old school. These ones, if you want to find them online, the round ones that are like, they're almost like torch goggles. They kind of look like the welder's torch goggles. You need to look up steampunk round retro sunglasses, because that's what they're kind of known for now, even though that's not the actual name of them. Look up steampunk round retro sunglasses. And that's what these are. And you'll, as soon as you look that up on Google and any, you know, like eBay, fucking Amazon, Wish, wherever, I got these on Wish for like 10 bucks. You'll see what I'm talking about. Who do I think was cooler, Brando or Dean? I would have to say Brando. The reason being is because Brando had a lot longer career to define himself as an actor. I mean, Marlon Brando really is. I mean, a lot of actors, even of now, consider him probably the greatest actor of all time. One of the greatest actors of all time, at least. Brando was really the first to be, he was like the very, very first rebel. I mean, you think Rebel Without, and not Rebel, The Wild One, 1953. He was the very first to bring that greaser rebel motorcycle style to the big screen, and he did it very well. James Dean was a very strong student of Marlon Brando. In his early career, he tried to emulate Brando. So I'd have to say Brando over Dean. Unfortunately, James Dean didn't have a long enough career where he could establish himself outside of that whole Rebel Without a Cause, you know, giant era. He didn't get to move on and show what he could really do eventually. But I think James Dean was also another amazing actor. You might be 35 minutes in. I've been on for like 3 hours. You can call them chicks, broads, the girls, lady. Lady was a big thing for us. When I was in high school, you know, for instance, you know, you got a girl, that's my lady. That was, you know, your girlfriend is your lady. That's always a classy way of referring to the girl that is, you know, the woman that is, you know, that you're with, your lady. Like, oh, me and my lady, or we're going to a show on Sunday or whatever. You know what I mean? Chicks, broads, kittens, lady, things like that. That's kind of what you call girls if you're a greaser. Yeah, broad is kind of like, you know, oh, look at them broads. It is kind of a little bit more of a derogatory term. If you really want to be proper and be very respectful, lady. Oh, that's my lady. Right. And that very much goes, just me, that very much goes along with the whole, you know, the whole biker community, the old ladies. You know, you got like the bikers and their old ladies, and their old ladies are property of the bikers. All right, Wolfman. Thanks for hanging, dude. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo. Always around. Thanks for joining. Yeah, chick is probably the, you know, chick or kitten is probably the more medium, you know, term that's used. It's kind of like a very broad term. I always refer to girls as chicks. Like, oh, look at that chick over there, man. Like, look at the chick with them fucking 44s. Oh. Exactly. Have a little fun with your life, break the rules, but try not to get yourself in too much trouble. Say whatever you have to, yeah, exactly. Say whatever you have to so you can tap it. You know, get yourself in there and get yourself on. Ugh. See, and with greasers, they call that getting lucky. Oh, did you get lucky last night? Fuck yeah, man. Oh Christ! Now we're getting into some interesting territory. My best advice to you is, if you're gonna once you get to that age and you start, you know, getting into your thing and getting lucky, wrap it before you tap it. Bag your groceries. Put a jimmy on your shimmy. I unfortunately sometimes do not take my own advice. Just being honest. All right, Alley Cat. Thanks for joining, dude. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo. Thanks for coming. put money in your wallet before you put it in your pocket? Well, it all depends, man. You got a chain. If you got a chain wallet, nobody's really gonna pick that. But yeah, sometimes cash in your pocket is better. Yeah, see, just me. Here's the thing. You came up in an era where a lot of the STDs that we deal with now were not so much a thing. I mean, you could basically, if you did catch something, you could go get a shot and you're fine. Now, I mean, there's some really fucked up shit out there. I'm usually pretty careful about who I'll just, I'll bang without a rubber. I kind of have to know her a little bit, and we know of each other, what we're all about. But yeah, be good with the pull out method, and But seriously, for all you young guys, put a Jimmy on it. I know it fucking sucks. It's not the best feeling in the world. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Be fucking safe. Don't. It's better to be motherfucking safe than motherfucking sorry. And you're sitting there going, I'm fucked up now for life. You know what I mean? And you haven't even got started yet. Well, Bob, I am the madman after all. I'm a mad motherfucker. I should probably be calling it a night soon enough, maybe within the next 30 minutes or so. But I go all day long, all night long. I like to party, man. As you guys can tell, I'm sitting here drinking, I'm smoking, I'm fucking getting into the thing, I'm partying, I'm having a good time. It's almost like we're all out at the bar right now. We got a big fucking table. It's just us doing our thing. We don't give a fuck about nothing else. The music's fucking playing. We're having a good time because there's no music playing right here. Jean, leather jacket, or just collared shirt. Depends on the weather. Depends on my mood. There really is no preference, but I do like wearing my jackets a lot. One night stands are fun, but I would say for a one night stand, definitely wrap that shit. Wrap it before you fucking tap it, because you don't know. Bob, probably so. I don't keep count. I have no idea, but probably so. I know I blew through the last pack I have, and I'm on my last one right now. Have to go get more, tomorrow. Fucking A. Fucking A, just me. Old school greaser right there. He knows what's up. All right, good night, Mr. Sound Effects Airsoft. You don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo, hang loose, be safe. My favorite video historical record, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure. Elaborate. Okay. Music. Greasers listen to rockabilly, rock and roll, doo-wop, even the old country, because that's where rockabilly comes from, is from the original old school country. And then, of course, the new school rockabilly and psychobilly, guys. That's mainly what greasers listen to. You listen to everything from, things like Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, Gene Vincent, Eddie Cochran, Deanna the Belmonts, the Janters, the Four Lads. What was it? Watching all the girls go by with the Four Lads. That was always really cool. It was kind of a little bit of a poppy song, but it was fun. And then, you know, you got, oh, fuck, I'm trying to think now. Frankie Lyman, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? You know, you got Stray Cats in the 80s. You got the Highliners, Three Bad Jacks, Mad Sin, Necromantics, Los Gatos Locos, Los Scaptolepticos. Those are just some of the different bands I can remember off the top of my head. I'm a little, you know, I got a bit of a snootful. If any of you know what that term means. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it, man. One of my all-time favorite doo-wop songs is I Wonder Why by Dion and the Belmonts. Love that song. Sha-na-na, exactly. And you got Bowser. Grease for Peace. Sha-na-na was in Grease, by the way. Played Johnny Casino and the Gamblers. If you like doo-wop, you got to go on here on YouTube and type in street corner doo-wop, because there's still groups out there that still hang on the streets and do doo-wop. There's some really good stuff out there. You know, kind of like no names people that you really never heard of, but man, they're fucking great. All right, Dom. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo. Thanks for joining. I don't know, Richard. I don't know if she's still around or not. Probably left. The viewers are dwindling. We only have 6 now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, just me. We'd have a good time. We'd tear shit up. Go out to the bars, ride in on some motorcycles, fucking pick up some girls, have some fun. All right, Bob Jenkins. Appreciate you, man. Hang loose, be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo, brother. Thanks for joining. We'll be doing this again soon enough. Promise you that. Yeah, Richard, don't worry, man. You'll get there eventually. You'll get there. You'll be old enough to get in the bar in no time. It passes faster than you think. Especially the older you get, the faster it passes. You go, fuck, has it really been? I'm only. It passes quick, brother. Don't be in a hurry to grow up. Be like, what was it, Billy Madison. You gotta cherish it. Cherish it. Stay young. Stay here. You know, hey, that's interesting you bring that up, Matt. The Pachuco. That's what I grew up with, okay? I was the only white boy greaser, you know, in my clique. And I always had love for, you know, the Mexican Pachuco style. You know, that's where the Zoot Suiters started, man, was LA. And it caught on all around the world. You know, and it's like, probably 95% of my girlfriends were always, you know, Mexican, always Hispanic, you know, of a Hispanic origin. I always loved the Latinas. Beautiful. Make some of the best pinup girls. Oh my God. Just saying. Exactly, just me. Do not wish your youth away. Hell yeah, just me. You know what's going on with that, man. Fucking A, brother. See, I was kind of like 2-bit as well, especially in high school. I still am like 2-bit. You know, especially like the part where he pulls the skirt up and she slaps him in the face. Oh, God, you filthy greaser. And all he does is fucking laugh. I mean, nowadays you do something like that, you'll catch a fucking charge. I mean, that's the era we grow. That's the era we're in now. You know, you pull up a skirt. Ah, wow. God, you filthy greaser. And you just laugh about it and think it's funny. And it wasn't meant to be harmful. It's not like 2-bit was going to do anything to her. He's just fucking around. People can't take a joke no more. Right on, Matt. Fucking A, brother. That's what's up. The Latinas are fine. Oh my God. That's all I can tell you. Man. I love it. 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 You know, the sad thing is, I mean, until you start getting into, when you start really getting out there and you start going to the really big shows, then you'll see a lot of like the white girls who are pinups as well that are into the greaser thing. But like in the inner cities, like where I grew up, you don't see that. It just wasn't a thing. I mean, first off, there's not like a lot of white people in the inner cities. I was one of the very few. So it just made sense. I mean, you're going to see predominantly whatever is there. You know, whatever race of people are there, that's what you're going to see the most of. And for me, there wasn't a lot of white girls there. So, I mean, it wasn't really a thing. So I didn't grow up with it. You know what I mean? Yes, Richard, I actually talked about this earlier. Road racers, I loved it. It was actually mentioned to me by somebody. I can't remember the name. If you're here or you were here, like I said earlier, I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. You know, the screen name was actually mentioned in my video, 30 greaser films and TV shows. And he mentioned Road Racers. I watched it. I loved Selma Hayek in that. I seriously, like, to me, I was like dude in that movie. I can totally relate to dude, especially the scene with like the blonde chick. She's being all fucking shitty and racist. She's like, "What you doing, dude? You know, picking up maids from Mexico." And I loved it. She got her hair fucking burned off. When he flicked the cigarette, it landed in her hair, burned her hair off during the drag race. I mean, Selma Hayek was so fucking cute in that movie. It's fucking sweet as hell. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I actually had a buddy of mine, one of my buddies who he had, I don't know how far back it went, but he actually had Mexican roots, but looked white as hell. I mean, he was like as white as I was. So I get you. And he didn't speak Spanish either. Ah, just me. You know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Exactly. If you get a woman from, you know, it doesn't matter if she speaks Spanish or Italian or French or whatever. when she starts speaking her native language while you guys are in the sack, best feeling ever. You know that shit is real. It's like, oh, it's just me put it. Thank you. Oh, right. Same here, Matt. I'm sure they called you Weddle. That's what they called me, Weddle. I always got called like white boy, you know, gringo or Weddle. You know, and that when it comes down to if you saw the video I did, if you saw the video I did about is the term greaser racist, it is, but it isn't. It's all in the way you use it. If you are a rockabilly guy, if you're a greaser, you're a retro greaser kind of guy, it's not racist. But it's all, if somebody walks up to you and is calling you a greaser to be racist, then it's something to take offense at. But, you know, even back when I was younger, it's like we used to make racist jokes back and forth to each other. Nobody got offended because we were all friends and we gave a fuck. Everyone was having a good time. So it wasn't really a big deal. When I was in high school, I used to get hassled by cops all the time. If there was ever any beef between, because there were greaser gangs where I lived, there were greaser gangs. I'm not mentioning the gang names. Anybody that lives on the West Coast knows about the greaser gangs. They exist on the street. They're in high schools. They're even out of the schools, on the streets. Whenever there'd be a beef in the numbers, I remember one time I was at the bus stop when I was in high school. I had my headphones on with my CD player. I'm sitting there chilling, and a black and white rolls up. Boop, boop. A couple of cops. It was a two-man car. They roll up. They motion me to come over, so I come over, take my headphones off. Like, yeah, what can I do? What do you want? And they're like, yeah, you and your boys were up at the park on Saturday rumbling. And I'm like, no, I wasn't rumbling. They're like, yeah, you were there. I'm like, no, I wasn't. Well, there was a bunch of, you know, guys look just like you with the hair, the jackets, the boots, the whole thing that were up there fucking fighting. You're telling me you weren't there and you live in this neighborhood? I'm like, yeah, I wasn't there. I'm like, next time you guys need to be a little bit more specific on who you pick up. Do you see anything on my jacket? Do you see a name? Do you see a gang name on my jacket? Do you see a fucking image and a fucking top rocker or a bottom rocker or anything like that on it? They're like, no. I'm like, well, you guys need to fucking get your descriptions right because it was probably a beef in the numbers with a gang. And I wasn't involved. They're like, yeah, well, we keeping our eye on you. I'm like, yeah, we'll do so. It's fine. Like, you're not going to catch me doing anything. I'm not stupid. Yeah, I'm sure they can be. Well, you know, the greaser image is always, you know, looked at as their hoods, you know, because it goes back to the old stereotype of, you know, greasers being inner city kids with switchblades that fucking rumble and fight and are always up to no good. So, I mean, there's a stereotype that goes with it. And in some places, it still very much holds, especially in the inner cities. Fucking A, man. West Coast all the way. Right, exactly. It's like, you know, the cops are watching. You know they're looking at you. They're kind of looking to see if you're gonna fuck up, but you're just like, yeah, I do what I do. Like, you guys, I ain't gonna do anything stupid in front of you guys, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Fuck, I've been going for quite a while on here. Shit, guys, I'm thinking probably coming to an end here on the live stream. I would definitely want to do this again very, very soon. I enjoyed the turnout. We actually had a pretty decent turnout, more than I expected. But I'm going to call it a night on this. I'm going to get something to eat. Maybe go find some trouble to get into or something. Yeah, I definitely need to take a fucking piss here real soon. So I want to thank everybody who came out here to hang out and to share, be heard, ask questions, you know, get into the fucking thing here. It's been a great fucking time. I've really fucking enjoyed it. And I hope to see y'all back again, see some more numbers. Let's keep beefing this shit up, guys. Hey, it's okay. I came in late too. It's a little, you know, just trying to figure out how to do it. So, hell yeah, man. Fucking A. Appreciate it, guys. I'm going to do my sign off. Hang loose. Be safe. If you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a fucking rock and roll tattoo, guys. Madman is out. Peace.